Hi guys, welcome to Storytime with Didi. I'm so excited. We've got a little house book from Laura Ingalls Wilder. This one is called Going to Town. Going to Town. Well, I don't know what I said. Going to Town. This is really cool. I like Little House on the Prairie. Oops, somebody's wrote in this book. Once upon a time, a little girl named Laura lived in the big woods of Wisconsin in a little house made of logs. She lived in the little house with her pa and her ma, her big sister Mary, her baby sister Carrie, and their good old bulldog Jack. Let's see. Who do you think this is? Who is this? That's right. That's the big sister Mary. And who's the little one? That's right, Carrie. Do you see the bulldog Jack in the picture? Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Good job. All right. Let's go. Let's see what happens. One day, Pop said that as soon as he had finished planting the crops, they would all go to town. Laura, Mary, and Carrie could go too. They were old enough now. Wow, how exciting. Laura and Mary were very excited. The next day, they tried to play going to town. They could not do it very well because they were not sure what a town was like. They had never seen one before. Can you imagine never seeing a town? Wow. Then one night, Pa said, "We'll go to town tomorrow." That night, Ma gave Laura and Mary a bath. Then she wound their wet hair tightly on lots of little rags, and in the morning, their hair would be so curly. Have you ever done that? When Laura and Mary woke up, they put on their best dresses. Mary buttoned up the back of Laura's red calico dress, and Ma buttoned up the back of Mary's blue calico dress. Then Ma took the rags out of their hair and combed it into long, round curls that hung down over their shoulders. After breakfast, Pa drove the wagon up to the gate of the little house. He had brushed the horses until they shone. Ma sat up on the wagon seat with Pa, holding baby Carrie in her arms, and Laura and Mary sat behind Ma and Pa on a board across the wagon box. They were going to town. They were happy as they rode through the springtime woods. Ma was smiling and Carrie laughed and bounced, and Pa whistled as he drove the wagon. Rabbits stood up in the road ahead, and the sun shone through their tall ears. Twice, Laura and Mary saw deer looking at them with their large dark eyes among the trees. Suddenly, Pa stopped the horses and pointed ahead with his whip. "There you are, Laura and Mary," he said. "There's the town of Pepin." Laura had never imagined so many houses and so many people. There were more houses than she could count. Laura looked and looked and could not say a word. Pa helped everyone down from the wagon, and they walked up to the biggest building in town. This was a store where Pa came to trade. As they climbed up the steps of the store, Laura was so excited that she was shaking all over. The store was full of things to look at. There were sacks of salt and sugar. There were pink and blue and red and brown and purple fabrics for dresses. There were boots and hammers and nails and big wooden pails full of candy. There were so many things that Laura didn't know how Pa and Ma could ever choose. When all the trading was done, the storekeeper gave Mary and Laura each a piece of candy. They were so surprised that they just stood looking at their candies, and then they remembered and said, "Thank you." The candies were shaped like hearts and had printing on them. Mary's candy said roses are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, and so are you. Laura's candy said sweets to the sweet. After they left the store, they walked over to the lake at the edge of town. They all sat on the warm sand, and Ma opened the picnic basket that she had brought. And inside there was bread and butter and cheese, hard-boiled eggs, and cookies for lunch. After the picnic was over, they all got back into the wagon. It was a long trip through the big woods to the little house. Laura and Mary were very tired, and baby Carrie was asleep in Ma's arms. But Pa sang softly, "Mid pleasures and palaces, though we may roam, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home." That is Laura Ingalls Wilder's book, Going to Town. I hope you enjoyed that. Can you imagine living where you have to ride in a horse and buggy just to get to town and trade things at a store? Wow, what a way to live. I hope you enjoyed this book. Remember always, Didi loves you, and I can't wait to see you. Bye.